Knight Rider, a shadowy flight into a dangerous world of a man who doesn't exist. Michael Knight, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause of the innocent, the helpless, the powerless, in a world of criminals who operate above the law. Alright, that's enough of that. Have I got one piece of hair? Hang on. Because it's all flipped. Look at that. Hold on. There we Bella Lugosi. Bella Lugosi. Oh. Alright, okay, so I'm just going to get coding. I've been meaning to do this for a while now. I'm doing codey stuff. I would normally do this on a different channel, even though I haven't done anything on that different channel yet. But I just need to get in a habit of when I do some coding that's related to something sort of interesting, that's connected to things, then I'll do it, you know, some coding. So, I'm currently working on the GPK Checklist thing, so I'm just going to carry on doing it, and I'm just going to do it live. Might as well do it while I'm streaming. So let's have a look. So, here's my desk and toppen. And then let me get the chat. Let's pop out the chats. Okay, close that so I can see the chat just there, just in case people are talking to me and stuff. And then I can have that there, and then I'm done. So I think the audio's coming out fine. Everyone can hear everything. Let's have a look. Yeah, I can hear my voice, which isn't that great, but, you know, I can hear my voice. So I'll just get on with it. Where am I at the moment? So this is the Garbage Pail Kid Checklist wireframe. This is for when you're not logged in. So when you go to the website, let me pull this across here so at least I can see concurrent viewers and stuff. Right, okay. So when you're not logged in, this is all the pages to do with that, or not necessarily all pages, because, for example, let me show you. This is like your create account form. Okay, so here you go. You've got your email, your username, password, submit, and then you've got your password must include the following. And then this isn't technically another page because this is just actions on that page. So this is just if the email's not right, or username's terrible or doesn't exist, it exists already and whatever. And then I've got password doesn't tick all the boxes. Hold on, what was that password? What was the first one? Oh, I didn't say anything about the password. Email, that's email's incorrect. Username sucks. Password is all rubbish. And it hasn't ticked all the boxes below. There you go. So that is technically 4 pages that really are just 1 page. So that's that. And then I've got the... So you've got to think about things like this. You know, I've submitted, I've created the account. Now, we end up on the account page, account created page. Congratulations, some stinking username. And then, you know, we want you to verify the account. So this is what happens. So you've done it. It goes, well done. This is the most basic wireframe you can get. This isn't the design of the site, but I'm building it like this. And then, yeah. And then I'll do like a nicely designed one afterwards. But we just want to get the functionality working, get it so we can have a working website. And then people can start using it. Because that's what we want. We want Garbage Pail Kid people to start using this. Let me send my live stream. How do I copy the live stream? Can I just right click on it? Copy video URL. And I'm going to go into the Fastenbarken. Facebook. And I'm just going to go on here and I'm just going to make a post saying we're currently working on GPK websites. Let's have a look. I'll do it in the Garbage Shoot Droids thing as well. Live streaming working on GPK Checklist site, wireframing and building basic prototype only at the moment. There you go. So I've posted that in there, and then let me go to groups. Where are the groups? Groups. Where's the groups? So I'll post this in Big D's group, actually. Got to type it again. In fact, actually, I'll just type it all out. Right, just working on the prototype wireframing of the GPK checklist website right now for about an hour. Got to pick the kids up. There we go. Right. Post. Posting. Right, okay, so now let's go to groups. Go to Kids Alive. Gordon's alive. GPK Collective. Joined. Let's do a post. Okay, so that's the Garbage Pail Kid Collective. And then what else? And then we've got Garbage Pail Kids Sketchbook. Choose your own, GPK art, whatever, blah blah blah. Most people are okay. That's fine. I'll leave it like that. Anyhow, right. Let's get back to it. So what am I doing? I am okay. Yeah. So when you've done the account created, you get this, and then you get an email. So you click on that email, and you can resend it if you didn't get the email. If you didn't get the email, then oh dear, you might have messed up your email address. And then once you click on that, it'll then say account activated. Thank you. Your account is now activated. Please use your login details you just did to get in there, because I don't know if we'll automatically just get you in. It's better to just do the whole loopy loop or whatever. A lot of websites seem to do that. It's good for just double checking things. So I've got to build stuff like that, and then there's the forgotten your password look. So when you log in, this is all stuff that could apply to bloody any website, to be honest with you. So login, email or username, password, or create account, and you've seen the create account now. Submit. Forgotten the password. Oops. Okay. Well, if you try to log in, this is your failing, and then you've got your forgotten password, which is here. So can't log in. We can send you a recovery link to, and then you put your email address in recovery link, and then what happens when you click on that link? It will take you here. Oh no, sorry. When you've put in your email address, send recovery link, it will take you here, and that's when you'll get that recovery link. And if you don't get another one, if you don't get one, you click on this link here, and then so this covers a lot of stuff. And then we've got the home page, which is basically, I don't know if I'll be doing any coding in this, to be honest with you, because I'm just gonna walk through stuff. So if you see things and you're like, oh, it'd be great if it did this or that, then please say stuff. So this is the home page. This is the wireframe. Just basically consists of, you've got your logo, you've got your options at the top. But at the moment, just collections and your login. Got a nice hero image, so that's the area for having a nice thing. Latest collections that we've added, not that have come out, that we've added, because it's going to take a load of work to add a collection, because we've got to put in all the different variations and everything. So I've got to figure out how to do that in a clever way. But so this will be the latest collections, and then under that is latest updates. What are we doing? Adding a little article. I can imagine that gets stale pretty quick because I don't write a lot. I'm not very good at writing. Maybe we could just have a little bit of a message, and that could point to a YouTube video or something, and then I'll have to view our blog. So that's that. When you click, if you're not logged in, and you go over this collection item, which could be Chrome 1 2013, and you've got a plus here. If you click this, it will take you to the collection, the actual collection, which is this page. This is the collection detail, and you can see the large graphics, or you can click on small graphics, which just shows like 1A and 2B or whatever. And then you can also, hopefully, we'll have it so you have like the classic just for list view. So that'd be the list, just to sort of make it look all right. And then you'll also be able to, so this is not being logged in. you'll then be able to click on view options so you can choose which variation you want to look at. So, you know, if this is Chrome, then you could see the atomics and whatnot. And I'm not going to obviously take a picture of every atomic and put it in here because A, I'm not going to have every card. I can't. B, it's sort of going to look rubbish because a photo of a shiny card through a scanner sucks. It really sucks. It just looks weird. It looks terrible. And C, I don't want to scan cards in if I do have them because I'm trying to keep them nice. And you know the scanner, I don't need that connection. The only connection a card should have is with the penny sleeve it goes into, and then goes into the top loader. That's it. And I should be looking there because the bloody camera's there. So that's that. But there is ways using layering effects in CSS where you can maybe add layers that could have some shiny effect going on, so that if I make it so you move the mouse over it as you pan around, maybe that could have a bit of a tilt effect on the cards. That would be pretty awesome. So I don't know. I've got to have a mess around with the CSS effects, but I don't have to worry about that now. I can do it in small doses. So phase one is just get the bloody pictures here. Do you know what I mean? Just get the bloody pictures here, and then if there's atomics and whatnot, then I'll just do some cracked effect overlay just temporarily. And you know the borders are going to be easy, aren't they, for green and whatever? But though the actual wave is going to be the same issue as the atomics, I've got to create some sort of layer that has that swirling, but can create like a shine effect where it moves around. So I've got to figure that stuff out. There's a whole load of stuff to figure out. Anyhow, so yeah, so you got this, you got the view the different types of alternate things. Maybe we won't cover it all, you know, autographs. Maybe we can get the autographs in. I'll have to just do a generic autograph that just sits on there. And then we've got the share options. So this is just for the page. So share options would just be a direct link to this page that you're on. And then whether you're on Atomics, we'll have that in the URL. And then if you want to share it on Twitter or Instagram or Defarsen or whatever. But yeah, so this, and then this is like a detail of an article, a news article. And then there'd be like a parent page that has, which I haven't put onto this wireframe, which would show the blog. So I haven't built that bit, or like I haven't built that. I haven't put it in this wireframe. So that's that. And then now, if I am not logged in and I click on this plus or hover over it, I guess you click on it for mouse or hover over it for Windows or, you know, for desktop, then I would get this. Not logged in. You'll need to sign in to use the site features. Get to it. Smiley face. Smiley face. And then if you are logged in, but it's not in your library, because you've got to come up with these different case scenarios for each button. So if it's not in the library, add this collection. So add collection. Or add and go to the library. So add the collection. So if you do add collection, it'll then, I'll have to do like what happens when you've clicked that. So I've got to do another design for that. So you click that and then it'll go, excellent, add it to your library, off you go, young fella, my boy, or whatever. And then add and go to library, you click it and it'll take you to that page. So it'll add it to your library and then it'll take you to that specific page. And what add will do is, oh no, so it literally just adds the set, not completed or anything. It'll just add it and take you there. Now, if you want to add the complete base set, it'll add it to your library and it'll set all the base sets complete. So let's say you own the entire of the Chrome 1 base set. And you go on here and you're like, okay, yeah, I've got that then. So you can click that, save a bit of time, just click it. It'll add it to your library and it'll complete the base set for you. Nice and easy. So we need things to be quick for people because, you know, a lot of collectors already have a lot of stuff. So you should be able to just do that. There obviously will have to be variations of this based on the type of base set. Because for OS 1 and OS 2, you've got the matte and you've got the gloss. So this will have to so this gets complicated because you've got the different variations like that. It's little things like this can become complicated, which is why you need to just focus on these little areas. You know, you look at the big picture of the overall wireframe, then here's a little button, Now let's look at what the bloody hell that button does and look at every scenario based on what's going on. So that's interesting. So yeah, I just thought of that, the glossy and whatever. So you've got the different variants. And then in the library, so let's say you've already got it in your library, you hover over it, they've got a checkbox there. You then have the option to view that collection. So view the collection as in like the collection page here. Or view in your library. So go to your own library. Or view public page. I don't think we need the view collection. And the reason being that you click this to view the collection as well. So actually, I'll take that out. Let me take that out. Yeah, let's take that out. Actually, let me do this. What am I doing? There we go. There we go. So let's do that. And then let's click on this. And then let's do that just for a bit of shadow. Nice and easy. Easy piece. Right. So yeah, view in the library. I broke my mouse the other day. Is that whole thing moves around? Okay. And then that. And that. Gordon Bennett. There we go. That's a bit more centered. So my hands are going around my microphone. Normally, actually, I can move this a bit closer here. But that's better because I can, yeah, I've got more access. Right, okay, so you've got it in your library. So view in the library, view your public page, because you've got two ways of viewing this. So in your library, so if you're logged in, your library is basically here. And this is where you can check and edit, you know, what you've got. But you've also got your public page. So this is what other people will see of your library that you want to show. So if I've got just Chrome 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. If I've got Chrome 1 to 6, this is sort of what my page would look like in the most basic wireframe form. Wireframe form. And yeah, and if I click on Chrome 1, then I end up here. This is my Chrome 1 public page. So if you want to see my atomics, if you want to see whatever, then you can see it. And if you want to see my Skittle set, we'll have the Skittle set option too, which would be great. And then if you want to see it in different view modes, so you've got list mode, which would be like this. Just for a laugh. You've then got the small mode, which is like this. This small mode here. Here. And then you've got the large mode, which is sort of like this. It's like that. And then you've got the binder mode. So it shows it like you're in a binder. So you've got the center line here showing the sort of page. And then I won't show anything. It's all things behind the thing. I won't get it out now. And then you've got your 1 to 9. You've got normally a binder has 9. Most people are used to having 9 like card slots in a binder page. I know you can get like individual ones, or you could get one with 4 in or whatever. But the general rule of thumb is that it's 9. Or it's mostly 9. Dagnabbit, just deal with it. And so most people, when they're doing, say, a Skittle set, they don't want to have the same colour next to each other or the same style. I don't know. It's questionable whether you could have like a green border and then a green wave next to it. They're different cards technically, same colour though. But at least if you view this page in binder mode and then choose Skittle set, bloody plane flying over, then it will make will write the code so you go through what you currently have. And it will... What the bloody planes? Sod off! It will then look through all of your top level cards, and it will generate with all the cards that you have checked in your Chrome 1 set, or let's say Chrome 4, because Chrome 1 isn't much of a Skittle set. So let's say this was Chrome 4. It would go through all the cards you've checked, and it will generate a Skittle set out of what you have. Based on the rules of, you know, I don't want things, particular types of cards touching. That would be to the right, the bottom, and top and left. I don't know about diagonal. I don't know what the rules are of diagonal. Maybe we'll have to set Skittle set rules that you could choose based on, you know, what your own preference is. I mean, for me, I don't mind if I've got a gold in the center and then a gold in the corner. I think that diagonally, in a Skittle set, you could have the colors, whatever. So we have to think about all this stuff. And we have to make it so that, you know, we cater for everyone's mindset about how they like doing things. Other stuff I've been thinking about, which is based on my own checklisting that I do on in Google Docs, is I may, so let me bring it to like a page here. Let's bring it to this page here. So let's say that I don't know why I've got Chrome 1 repeated here. I guess I do. So these would normally just be the cards like Nasty Nick, Evil Eddie. When let's say I didn't have Evil Eddie, and then I bought it off of eBay, so I know it's coming. I'll checklist that as got, but I'll use a particular color in Google Docs just to show that I've got it now, but it's in the post. It's in the mail. It's on its way. So that feature is something I use a lot because I can forget what the hell's coming and everything if I buy a whole load of little teeny tiny purchases on eBay. So I think that this site needs to cater for people that are constantly buying stuff, and they just need a little helpful feature just to say, I've got this, but it's not in my house yet. It's been posted by someone off of Facebook or off of eBay, and so I now know that this is on its way. But people can see I've got it, but I haven't got it yet. So that's another feature. What was the other one I was mentioning? I think it was just about the skill set. Oh yeah, the other thing about the skill set is that maybe we'd have an algorithm, little tiny basic algorithm, potential spam. I'm not having any of that. A basic algorithm that would go through all of your top level skill set cards, you know, of all the cards you own. It'll generate that, but you might decide, well, actually, there's one I don't want to be in it, and so you could select that card to not be in there, and you could choose one of the other ones you've got from that list. So if you've got like a JDK, I mean, this is Chrome 1, so there really isn't a skill set. So if this was Chrome 4 and we had Outer Space Chase and you had like a whole load of them and it chose the gold, if you have a gold, I wish I had the gold. If it chose the gold to be in there, but you add something else next to it and you're like, actually, I don't want the gold to be there. I want to have like the black wave. We'll make it so you can choose that black wave. And so next time it does the algorithm, you've told it that this is always going to be this black wave here. So that leads to lots of other features and things we'd have to implement as well. But anyhow, the basic level of this, or MVP, minimum viable product of this site, is to get all the planes from flying over my bloody house. It's to basically implement this, which is the home page, the collections search page, which won't be required initially because we're going to only have like 2 or 3 bloody collections on here at the start, and then that's when we can start adding more. It will be the collections detail page. It will be article detail pages, the login, the password stuff, the create account stuff. And then we'll have to start working on this because we haven't got any of the data or any of the back-end stuff when it comes to you editing your own library. So that is something we're going to have to do. And there's things like this. When you're on your account, you can add your own links. You can share all your collections. So if you don't want to have any collections on show, you can actually hide it. So I think that's what these are, these checkboxes. They're to just make sure that, you know, it's shared or not. And then if you click this off, this is where it becomes debatable as to how that works. You know, if you click share all collections, then they all get shared. But if you click it off, does it reset back to what you had before? So let's say you had Chrome 1, Chrome... Oh, they're all bloody Chrome 1. Yeah, bloody airplanes, James. There's two that have flown over so far. I want them to stop flying over. I need to have a word with the base down the road and say, can you stop flying over here? I'm doing a video. It's pretty important. So yeah, let's say this is Chrome 1, and I just repeated it because it's only a quick visual. But this is Chrome 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say that I decided I wanted Chrome 1 to be shared, and Chrome 3 to be shared, and 4 to be shared. And then I clicked share all, so they all get checked. And then I decide I don't want to share them all anymore, so I click on that to get rid of it. Does that revert back to the original that I had before? Or does it just deselect everything? Because that might irritate people if they've spent time going, I want to share this, this, and this. And then just for that weekend they go share all. And then at the end of the weekend they go, okay, I want to take that off. And then everything is deselected and they're like, what did I have selected before? So there's things like that where, you know, it initially seems simple and then suddenly you've got to add like other things. Anyhow, so what else? that's sort of it, really. When you're in your library, you can look at the collections you've got here. You can add a new one. Clicking that add new one will take you straight to this page, which is all the collections that exist, and then you can choose which category and then type in a filter, which is probably overkill because people are going to be able to find their what they want pretty quick, aren't they, really? I mean, you might just go in a drop down just to find Chrome, and then that's it, you've got it. So the text filter's probably overkill because it's not like there's thousands and thousands of sets. Hey, you're right there, Bobby. How the hell are you doing? How the cheap stinking hell are you doing? Yeah, so I've gone. That's it. I've gone through the wireframe. This is all that I've got so far, and there's a little bit for the user and how they look at things, and then there's a little bit for the public profile. There's a lot of dev work that's going to be entailed for this area, and there's dev work still for this. I mean, I've got to create it, so I'm sort of lost time. 1:20 so I'm picking the kids up in 40 minutes, or I'm heading out in 50 minutes. I could drive off at 3:10. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I can do some coding now. I mean, it's not necessarily coding. I'm literally just dumping in all the elements and everything. So I'm not going to hook anything up. So this is more just HTML and basic CSS. Yeah, bloody Hollis, that was amazing. I mean, like, for a start, it was amazing that there was more than 2 hits per box. So that's good. That is fantastic for Chrome 6. And then the other thing is that it looks like you're looking at maybe 5 hits. Every box I've seen open so far has had a C hit in it. So I don't know if you get a C card every 24 packs. I'm not sure. But basically, there seems to be 5 hits in everything. And Hollis got 6 on that last box. But no, the one after that, he got 5. Sorry, I missed the first part of the video. Is this just for GPK cards? Yes, this is just for Garbage Pail Kid cards. But let me add to that. The reason that me and my mate are doing this, I've got a mate from some old gaff that's like a back-end developer, and the goal of this is, or a few goals we've got from this is, he wanted to learn some tech. I need to learn some tech and just do stuff that's cool. And so I do a lot of checklisting for my Garbage Pail Kid stuff, and I thought, well, I want to do a Garbage Pail Kid checklist website. And so he was like, okay, yeah, sure, we can do that. Primarily because he wants to learn new tech in I forgot what it's called now. It's not what is it? It's no. Bloody hell! It's the name of a fish. It's not the name of a fish. It's the name of a bloody snake. Python. That's it. I was thinking Perl. So he wants to learn Python and Django, and so he's building the back end system up in that. And I just wanted to just do something refined and just build it, and also do this thing for myself. And so that's what we're doing right now. But the great thing is that the site won't look like this. It'll look sort of hopefully cool with like graphics on and things. But if you look at the wireframe and you remove Garbage Pail Kids and like Chrome 1 2003 and actually, to be honest with you, this doesn't say Garbage Pail Kids at all. Right now, this page here, this collection detail does not say Garbage Pail Kids at all. It shows a collection name, it shows the view options of variations, share options, and then, okay, yeah, it's got Nasty Nick, but that could say Mike Trout quite easily. The setup for this is like a white label that we could apply to baseball, to American football, to bloody British football, to ice hockey. This thing could apply to everything. Right now, phase 1 is to get it working with Garbage Pail Kids. So that is the gist of it. And, you could have, I mean, there are some sort of checklist websites I've seen out there for collecting things where you upload your own images and stuff. But the deal with, say, sites like Amazon and things that try and encompass everything, you go there, you've got like just everything to look at, and it's not bespoke and focused on the one product. And right now, this website is going to be all about focusing on Garbage Pail Kids. And so when you go there, you will know, when you go on this site, when it's designed up, even if you don't see the cards, you'll bloody know you're looking at a Garbage Pail Kid website. It's going to be about that. Then you'll see the cards on there. And it'll be the same for baseball. You know, we'd have like baseball themed sort of like, you know, interface and just something cool. So the goal is to make something that's more focused on the product rather than being this bloody shop that sells everything like Walmart, you know, something like that. If that makes any sense. Let me have a little read of this. Definitely worth having it across all collectible. Yeah. Well, I mean, once it's built, I mean, like, what's the difference between like baseball, say, and GPK when you factor out the content but just look at the product? I mean, it's all the variations. You know, for the base sets, yes, you've got different sections for the base sets, but that's the same for Garbage Pail Kids. Adam Geddem. I mean, those cards they had. They weren't like 1 to 45. They were like in groups. That'll be interesting to figure out as well, how you do those groups. And then, yeah, once we've done the skill set sort of setup that I'm doing for my Chrome 4 set. Once we've applied that in here, that probably works nicely for even the like the Adam Geddem sets and stuff where you've got a different variants. Like, I don't know how many people look at skill sets for those. But because this site allows you to look at that, maybe it'll make more people do skill sets of that. I mean, I'm more about skill sets of Chrome and skill sets of Sapphire, which is impossible to bloody do for people like me. But yeah, the minute that you've got that option there, people will suddenly be like, oh, wow, look, I can start doing a skill set for Adam Geddem or Snooty, no, not Snooty, what is it? American as Apple Pie and stuff like that. Let's have a look. Not a lot. Some of the new C6 cards have sports cards back. Anyway, that's the other thing as well, is scanning the back of the cards. That's something that I'm not sure what to do about. I think for us, it's just having the front. I think if the back of the card has got a relevance, say it's an alternative card or it's a variant, because there are some, like in OS3, you've got certain cards which have different backs to them. And so we'll have to figure out how that works in there. And also how you can see the back of the card. But we can't add the back of the card for everything, maybe. I don't know, maybe we can. Because the back of all the cards are exactly the same no matter what level they are. If you've got the gold or the superfractor, the back of that card is the same as the base. So maybe we'll figure out how to have the back of the card as well. Gordon Bennett, that'll be a load of stuff, won't it? That'll be a load of effort. For now, we'll just do the front of the cards, but there's so much to bloody think about, isn't there? Yeah, match attacks. Oh, yeah, so that's cool. So, yeah, I mean, well, once we've done this site and we've got it working and we've worked out the quirks and, you know, we've got the MVP out there and then people are starting to use it and then people start throwing ideas as well, then, you know, we can push it onto other products. And then who knows, maybe Tops or Fanatics will go, this is some good stuff. We'll buy these people. We'll buy this. I don't know. I think having the option to scan your own card might work well if it's doable. We could have it so you scan your own cards. And I mentioned this earlier in the video, but I didn't say this particular thing, is that anyone could put up any picture of anything. So we'd have to somehow check every image that's uploaded, especially if someone puts it public. So that's a hell of a overhead. That's a massive overhead. That's a terrifying overhead to try and cater for. You know, we'd have to get AI to scan every image that you upload. I mean, it's terrifying enough when you have your own public page showing your collection, where you can have this entire area as a public page. How to filter that so that someone doesn't put any bloody perverted, horrible picture up there. You know what I mean? So if anyone could upload their own image for their cards, I don't know. That would be terrifying. So that's sort of a big overhead. And what I'm thinking is, for the cards, the base card is fairly easy. You know, we'd have a scan of the character, and then the border would just be a CSS white border. That would be easy. And then the green border, for plain flat cards, yes, the green border would be easy too, because it's just a plain green border. So all we have to do with CSS is just change that border color. Then you've got the interesting borders, where you've got the splodges. So I'd have like a variant for that, and so that would be pretty easy to change as well with just CSS. But with the atomics, a scan of the atomic looks crap. I mean, a scan of a shiny reflective surface looks terrible, and so I'm actually going to put in some effort to try and do layering in CSS, so that I could actually have some cool cracked effect. That maybe when you put the mouse over and move it around, the actual card tilts based on the angle that the mouse is at, and it'll actually sort of like shine and you know be almost like a card. And I've seen an example of this on the internet somewhere, and I knew it was sort of possible, but the examples I saw were just phenomenal, and they're using layer effects and everything for in CSS. So you pull in actual layers of like a cracked atomic effect, and then you use a particular like Photoshop layer effect in CSS to make it. And so really the like for the chrome and the sapphire should be fairly easy. Once you've done one set, you could actually just change the colors, and you've done the other sets really quick. So you could have that sort of like moving around sapphire effect. It just look amazing. It's a separate project in this to try and do those effects. So phase one is just get the bloody things out, have a quick scan, here it is, and then at some point there'll be an update where everyone will just be going on about how shiny the site is. Yeah, so that's the deal. And then a large chunk of them are just border changes, so that's fine. I'm going to have to go around each one, like with, say, Nasty Nick. I'll have to trace around each one so that I can then do the chrome effect in the background and everything. So I've got to do as much work as the people who release as tops releasing the cards. I'm going to have to do that level of work to sort of trace around all the characters just for chrome and sapphire. I suppose once it's done once for chrome, that applies to sapphire. You know, that job of cutting the characters out so that I can then do different layer effects. Anyhow, so that's the gist on that. I think having a custom card for you to use is good, but if people eventually trade, people want to see the actual card. Right, okay, so let me explain. This site, this was thought about as well. The best way to look at this site is you can use it for trading with people, but it's not for trading. We don't want to have that. We don't want to be liable for anything like that. This is a tool to help you trade. So we don't make any money off of you having these cards and stuff. It's the best way we can do it. Because let's say you're on Facebook and you want to... This is just a tool to help you trade with people on Facebook and wherever else that you trade. So if you are on your library and you decide you want to share... You've got your share options here. I've got to do like the wireframe for how this works. But in your share options, maybe if you've got Atomic selected and you click on share options, you'll then have a pop-up that comes up to say, you know, which share options you want. You know, just share this entire page or whatever, you know, of everything that I need. But do you want to do it as in just a link? Here's the link, and then they'll be taken to that, and then they can see it. Or do you want to have, you know, like everybody on Facebook just puts in, I need 1A, 3B, 4C, or, you know, 4B. No, was there a 4C? There was, I think. And so a lot of people just paste in the letters and numbers that they want. And so you can actually have a copy paste from here just so you can paste it in there. Or you can just send a direct link. It's just a tool so that when you're trying to sell something, or if you just want to show off your set, you can point people at it. And let's say you're on there and you go, oh, this is my Atomic set so far. Can anyone help me out with the other cards? All you need to do now is send the link to your page. And then everyone who's got some cards could go to your page and just have a little look through and see what you got. You know, or what you need. So it's that. We're not doing any of the trading, any of that business. This is just a tool. That's the best way to do it. Oh, sorry, you said I understand. I think it would be good to have a needs list and an area for people to connect. Yes. So, I mean, I don't know about people... again, like, a lot of the functionality and features exist elsewhere. Where like, people can connect with Facebook, and they connect through eBay, and they connect through YouTube. This is then, like, you know, this would be a link I would have on my profile on YouTube or on Instagram. And so this would be my portfolio... my public portfolio page. Actually, I don't think this probably won't have any coding. This will just be a chat, and like anyone, if you've got anything, just say anything about this. So this will be my public portfolio. These are all like the sets I've got right now, and then if you go there, you can see it, and you can click around and see what I've got, and you can see all the view states of my Chrome one, what atomics I have, and everything. It's just a nice little browser of what I've got in my collection that And so you could have a link to this on Facebook, on whatever. You can, link to it all over the place. So I feel like connecting with people, again, that's functionality we don't need to do in here. That's elsewhere. We will probably do something hilarious, like on the homepage. We'll have something like how many atom bomb pad parashas we've got, because you can't trust what everyone's got in their collection. Everybody could say I've got everything. Oh, I've got it all done. We won't have anyone who's better or worse in this. There'll never be any highlighting about who's got the top collection or whatever, because anyone can lie on here. But what we'll probably do is we'll have the latest update on who's got the atom bomb pad. And we could have, like, so far there's 384 pad parashas of atom bomb. So that'll be like a funny thing I can imagine in the future that we'll have on the homepage. Let's have a look. What else? Who's saying what? If anyone put any unnecessary pictures on, couldn't you just kick them off the site and ban them? Again, that's time and effort for us to do that. And I don't think we need to do it, because we could probably, like, let's say someone scanned in. Let's say someone scanned in. What is this? This is Dead Flora. I've just recorded a video that I'll be editing, and this will be going up soon. But there you go. There's Dead Flora, right? Now, if I scan that in, that's going to sort of look terrible in a scan. Whereas I'm going to be able, I don't know if you'll be able to see it on here, but maybe there'll be the slightest bit. Let me go on to here a second. Maybe there would just be the slightest bit of glimmer and beauty as you sort of move the mouse around and see it rotating and stuff. That would look a hell of a lot better than someone's scan. And then what if you've got like 100 people, 1,000 people, 2,000 people, all scanning the same card to put on our server? That'd be over the top. That'd be nuts core, as they put it. Have I got it back to the original screen again? Yes, I do. Okay, cool. But yeah, and so yeah, if anyone can upload their images, then that's time we have to spend to filter that. We have to have people now working for us that use the site saying, "Oh, someone's put something up that's like not good," and it's all effort that is unnecessary if we just do the images ourselves, because we know what they are. And I don't even think we have to worry, like, because eventually we will have the ability, because not in phase 1, but we'll have the ability that when you're looking at your nasty nick, for example, you might have 10 of them, and you might be able to, and you'll be able to put down information about each one. Is one graded? Which grading company? What's the quality of it? Like 1 to 10, I guess, or 1 to 5. I'm not sure what level to have that quality. I guess we could use the PSA quality, and just have, like, because they've got like a list, haven't they? And so we could say, which ones of these do you think yours is? And so when you go and look at someone's collection, you won't just see the base set and the atomic base set. You might have God knows how many of each card that you can click and see a list. And so maybe if that person's got a card you want and they've got plenty of it, then maybe you could reach out to them, but you would have to do that through a provided link that they have on their account, which would be something like this. So in your account, you've got like some link to a YouTube channel or something there or whatever, and so you can hunt for them yourself. Maybe we could have like a basic messaging system, I don't know, but again, we don't want to be associated with internal stuff. If we want people contacting each other, then it's external of us. They can then work things out, and we're not liable. See you later. Bosh. Let's have a look at the chatty wat. Just a place to show that. Yeah. They can connect anywhere, just a place to show the handle. Yeah. So if they've got the handle, if they've got a YouTube channel and stuff, and they'll point to that, then that's cool as well. It's like, here's my channel, and if they're solely about Garbage Pail Kids, this site would be perfect for them. And then obviously, if we've got information about cards and stuff, then 100% we will be linking to, as long as GPK is all right with that, gpk.com, we'll be linking off to them. So, like, let's say you're on the Chrome 1 page, we will, maybe have a link that goes, here, you click here to find out more information about it. Here's your checklist, but if you want to know more about it, go to GPK. We're not stepping on your toes. Job done. You should have a tab for people that have people with Bobby B sculptures. Yes. We should have a tab. We should have a checkbox thing in your account saying, "Do you know Bobby B?" Sharing. Do you know Bobby B? Ding, and then basically, yeah, that'd be pretty cool. You should have online releases too. Make a real meal out of it. We could look at, we'll look at just the main sets first, and then we could start looking at online releases. That could be possible. And then how does that work? They're always individual things, or do you just do it as a great big set? I don't know. That could suddenly start making this section immense, actually. The old selection, because category name would be on online release, and then you'd see a whole list, and then you'd filter it there. Yeah. Let us see. Okay, yeah. So there we go. So what is the time? It's 20 to 2. I said I was going to do some coding, but do you know what? It's tricky to do coding when people are around you, because I just forget how to code. If I'm at work and I'm coding and someone comes over and they're watching what I'm doing now, I forget how to just write, how to type anything. But I need to get used to just coding. Like, the other thing as well is a lot of coders, when they do their channels, they pre-record it all and they have their code written on another screen. Whereas this would be me just going, okay, I need to do this, and then going, okay, well, I've forgotten everything about that, so I'm gonna have to look it up and figure that out again, and then, okay, here we go. But yeah, is that enough to know, like, this is the deal with the site, this is what you have. You've got all your not logged in stuff, you've got your logged in stuff, which needs work, and then you've got your public profile, which again needs work, how you share things and whatever. But that's sort of it in a nutshell. It's fairly teeny tiny. It's just, there's a lot of little bits and pieces here and there to work on to get, nuts and bolts. It's like a simplistic box, but with lots of nuts and bolts in it. But what have I got so far? So this is like the page at the moment. And then if I click on GPK Checklist, this is just wireframe building, basically. So if I want to view the collections, then here's the collections page. I've just got the drop down, so this matches... This matches this, or well, this. So here's this. Here's your list: small, medium, large. I guess I could have medium still, and then you've got your filter collections. So I'm not doing anything special. I'm just slapping it all in. Original series 1, whatever. This isn't coded. It's just HTML and just basic styling. And then I will do this, and then I will do this page. Eek, there's no results, whatever. So that's all I'm doing now. But if anyone, like anyone who's interested, watch through the video, listen to me absolutely talk at high speed, utter gobshite, and then whatever you hear and understand, think about what it is when you do your own checklist. Because I'm telling you now, when I look at, let me bring up one of my checklists. I'll bring up one of my checklists now, just so you can see. And I thought mine was complex, but mine is basic compared to some checklists I've seen. Some checklists I've seen are absolutely bloody nuts, and that's awesome. It's great. So this is a basic checklist. This is my OS4. Let me make sure you can see it. Yeah, okay. So this is OS4. I've got the whole set except for some of the extras, but I haven't even checked this up yet. I haven't even checked it all in. And then my Chrome 4 is this. So this is what I have. I've got like all my characters. I've got the base, the refractor, the atomic, the green wave, yellow wave, purple wave, prism, what is it, aqua prism, X-fractor, black wave, orange, gold, red. What's that? RG. What the hell does RG mean? Rose gold, red, and then I've got SIG, but I should put auto. Let me put Aut. As you can see, I haven't got any of the high ones really, but I've got a bloody cough. So then I've got my key, which is green. In the mail or in the post, which is brown, or browny orange, and then basically I'll sort of got anything in the mail now. But basically, one of the checks would be this orangey color, orangey brown or whatever, and then I've got in red, I've got WTF is it, as in like where the hell is it? I had the high rye black border, and I don't know where the hell it is. So I've done that as where the hell is it, and then I've got clean it. So blue is clean it. I don't know. Yeah, that's it. So I've got some cards coming from Big D Collectibles, and I saw his thumbprints on it. So they're coming over eventually when he sends the pack, and I've got clean it because I know I'm going to be cleaning them when they arrive. So that's cool. So that's my little checklist, and that is my. And then I've got my Skittle set. So I've got like this slightly pinky purple, and I've got this bright purple. So the pinky purple is like the higher end Skittle set, and then the bright purple is the lower end Skittle set. so this is how I construct my checklist. So very simple with the green checklist. That's the most MVP basic you can have on the website right now. But then the extra features come where, yes, I want to say I've purchased this. I know I own it now. It's going to be in the post. I bought it on eBay or I traded with someone on Facebook. But I want people to know, and I also want a reference myself that I've got it and I haven't got it just yet. And when it arrives, I will then say I've checked that off. And sometimes I actually get hold on a minute, where's my page? Sometimes I actually do get it where a card doesn't arrive, and I'm like, where the hell is it? Because it's still not arrived, and I can see that I bought it, and it's kind of like it helps me to keep tabs on things as well, because I'm rubbish at doing it in eBay for some reason. But the other thing as well is that I can now see my Skittle set, and it's generally the highest card I have is my Skittle set. But sometimes you might let me see, if you've got a clash, then we'll have to add those dynamics into the code, so that when you choose to see the Skittle set, you'll see it, like in a format of 9 cards per page. You'll see like your greens not next to each other, but maybe you allow for green and then green wave next to each other because they're different cards. They're different variations technically. Maybe you don't want the same color next to each other. That's fine as well. Maybe you're fine with it diagonal. I'm fine with it diagonal, so I could have an orange in the middle and an orange in all the corners. They're not touching as far as I'm concerned, but someone might be like over the top, which is fantastic if you've got the money to do different cards for each one. They might even have it. There might be the crazy variation where when you open up the 2 pages, you can't, if you've got an orange that's, say, the second row, 3rd column, and then you've got an orange that's the second row, 1st column on the 2nd page, that means technically there's 2 orange next to each other. That's not allowed. So we'd be factoring in everything. What strength level of skill set are you after? And so we would code it to find all of the highest level cards you have that don't conflict, and then creates your skill set and shows you what you still need. Which kind of makes sense. God blimey. Does that make sense? Is that cool? Is that cool? Is this something that you would like? And I've seen other people's checklists that are just outrageous. I've seen some that are just absolutely crazy and crazy awesome, like really over the top, fantastic. And right now I'm looking to cater for what I've got here because I feel like that's pretty good for most generic collectors. But when you start getting into it big time, then you start going off in crazy directions. And I think that we then need to start catering for that. So if anyone has got their own features and things that are not covered so far, then perfect. Perfect. So let me get this out of the way again. So that's it. That is everything. All I have to do now is just get graphics in and just do a bit of coding, I guess. Let's get that up there. Oh no, that's my bloody. Let's get that over there again. And I'll just get coding, I guess. Or yeah, I mean that's what I'm doing. I'm literally just doing Harch, Tar, Malal, and coding. So at the moment, the code, just in case anyone's interested, I'm using SAS as a pre-compiler for CSS. So I've got my main script where I can import all of my styling. So I've got my, I just did it as wireframes and did it like this for now. Because eventually I'll do like proper styling later, but I'll probably end up using the same wireframe things. And then in the script department, I've got all this stuff which isn't being used at all right now. I've then got twig templates, which is fantastic. So I've got my pages. So I've got, let's say, the collections template looks like this. Let me open that up. So here we go. Very nice basic page which uses the master template, and then I pull. Let me see, collections template. I pull that in, and yes, that's it. So in my main GPK node script, I basically pull. Is this the right one? Compile the collections landing, compile the collections page. So compile collections page. That's it. And then in my modules, not in my modules, in my scripts, I have the collections here. And so I basically send the data that I pull in from the database. I send that in, and in the collections page, I then loop through each collection to find out which ones have actually got cards in. And then I use the twig template, and I basically push in the information, the data. I push that in. So there you go, collection. That is the collection data. And then that template goes, thank you very much. And that is right here. So here's the collection data, the cards, and it loops through each and generates a cards swatch, which is what you see here. This card swatch, and there's only one that's got data in it at the moment. And I put in Nasty Nick, Evil Eddie, Junk Food John, Ray Decay. So there they are. If I click that, it'll error. Original series. I don't know why I've got a link on that. I don't need a link on that. And then I've got basic icons for share options and stuff. So, and then you've got the option to just add to your library as well. That probably won't be there if you're not logged in. And there's plenty of opportunity leading up to this. I suppose on this page as well, you should have it. This is where the actual building veers off of the actual wireframe. Where the hell? Oh, it's over here. Because in the wireframe, I don't have that at all. I don't even have the breadcrumb. Thank you very much, James. Yeah, so this is a personal project, basically, because I'd love to have this for myself. And it was such a ball ache trying to, go through what I've got and just add, okay, 1B, 5A. It was irritating, and copy and pasting that in, and then later on someone else asks, and it's now changed since. Will it just be great to be able to go directly to your page, click on share options, and then just copy, what I need of my base set, and then just paste it in, and it'll just, give you all the different ways you want to paste it to them, either a direct link or just all of the the particular cards you're after. Yeah, that's it really. So that is the big intro. There's no designing yet. It's just wireframe and build, because if I just spend time designing, then I'll never get it done. Because to me, Garbage Pail Kids is such a big deal. It's just terrifying even doing a sketch card. So think about me trying to design and do crazy stuff for the website. It's just crazy. I obviously want to do a really good job, and it's probably going to end up a right old load of shit at the end. The design of it, I don't know, but as long as it functionally works, that's great. And so that's all I'm working on right now is the functionality, the building of the wireframe. Done. And then I guess once we've got it, even in wireframe state, maybe people could actually use it like this. Obviously, it won't be fun to work with initially, but at least you'd have this thing, and then we'll slowly just change it over time. There'll just be this huge update at some point where you go to the page and you're like, "Holy cow, it's updated! Look at this." That's the goal, and also to get rid of my cough. That's another goal. So what am I on at the moment? I'm looking at. I will most certainly keep you posted, and really I should. I mean, I guess I should do all the social media pages and stuff for this. I guess. I was kind of going to do it through my DK Subconscious, but I don't know. I feel like this should become its own social media sort of thing. I guess. But I'd still do videos, live videos through, because I don't know. We'd get the YouTube channel and everything, but I don't know if we'd actually do anything on it, mate. Or yeah, I suppose we would do a few things. I've got to think about that sort of stuff. But that gets in the way of creating a bloody product. Do you know what I mean? Just want to get the thing done now. Just want to get it done. Right. So let's have a look. Let's go to GPK Checklist. So as far as I'm concerned, I have built everything that needs to be on here. Great, 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 great. And then if I go to collections, we now have this page, which has everything here. So that's got the all, and then this isn't dynamically generated yet, but it's there, ready to be dynamically generated. So I'll get there eventually. I could actually apply that, maybe. Let's have a look. I don't know. I don't know if there's anything I shouldn't be showing. I mean, I know that when I'll have to find out from my mate if I should have shown this. But as far as I know, we will make it so that this only works on the site. So if you want to do it externally, it's not going to happen. But I'm not sure. But yes, so let's have a look. Let me render. Oh, console.log data, and then let me go in here. Render that out, and let's see what we... Oh no, that's the bloody page, not that one. I don't want to do that. I want to do this one. Here we go. Right, this will generate out a big object. Out you come. There we go. So, this shows a lot of collections that are in there. OS2, OS3, 5, 7. Name original series. So that's the collection name. And then we reach Chrome 46, Series 46, Valentine's Day, Sapphire. Where's Chrome? Because I added... It might have been OS1 where I actually added the cards. Let me have a look. Here we go. Yeah, this is it. So, here we go. So, OS1, this one does have cards because it's got objects in it. And that is part of the collection original series. So, let us have a look at... So, when I go into... Let me go into my scripts, collection landing, collections. Okay, so let's go in collections. This is the page. This is what generates this. So in here, I pass data. So let me console.log data just to get my bearings. Actually, no. Oh yeah, one of the things I do is I actually run through all of them to find out if there's any cards, and then I filter it out. That happens at the start. So here, there's only really one item. So what I'll do is I'll just console.log collection here. And then I'm going to remove here this huge block. And then what we'll do is I'll just run this again. CLS. Get it done and post a video when it's finished, and maybe a tutorial on how it all works, just to help us get it started. I certainly will. I mean, I'm going to get it done live as well, because I want to get used to coding live, because I've got another channel, Pocket Ninja Design, where there's hardly... That's where I first did Garbage Pail Kid openings, but now that's more for just doing coding, and, you know, that's all work-related. And so I want to get used to doing it, and so if I do it on here as well, then hopefully I'll just get comfortable, and I'll just sit there and code and not care. Right, let's run this. Wow, OS what? Is this rendered everything again? GPK Series 1. Oh, so these are the cards. All the card data. And then the variant, there's an array for variants, you see, as well. And then we've got the series. So the collection... Self, series, and then there's the series object. Name is original series. So the collection, yeah, the actual collection name is original series, and so you've got series 3, OS 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are all part of that original series. So yeah. So basically, it's collection name. If I hover over that, collection OS 1. And then where was I? That's it, because I need to generate this list here. So let me just have a quick look again. So this is the one object. And in there is the release date and the collection. And the collection... Oh, the missus is calling. Hold on. Right, I've got to get the kids in. I'm going to leave in 11 minutes precisely. So here we go. So collections or collection, and then we have in that object we've got name. So that is interesting, isn't it? So what am I? Hold on, I've got to have a little think here, because the way I've rendered this, that's it. It renders everything, and at the same time, I'm passing in collection. And collection is an object. I just need to check one thing, because collection is an object which contains... At the moment, it only contains that. That's all related to just one item. And the thing I'm confused about is that it should be one more deep in the object. I really need to put a second. Let me get. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into the actual dev backend, which I've forgotten how to do that. Let me go in. Let me go into GitLab on another page. I've got to go on another page. I don't do social networking apart from my company's Facebook page. Sorry. So a vid on YouTube would be great. Yeah, yeah. No, that's fine. Yeah, I'll be doing stuff on YouTube and bloody everywhere. So indeed, do not fear. And I'm sort of revved. This is like 2 years in the making, really. And finally, I've got the kick up the arse to just get doing it. Right, let's see if that gets me in. Verification code. Using Duo Mobile. It's always fantastic. Let's get me in there. Get me in there. Right. The back end. Let's have a look at the back end. How do I get in? Doing local development. Compose up. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. Right, here you go. So this is the back end so far. So far, T-Ray Do. So let's have a look. So if I go, so let us go into cards. So here you go. Here's cards. So I will add. I need to add 2 extra. I need to add another one just to bloody get something in there. So let me do. Let's add a card. I just need to go back to the previous cards just to make sure I get it all right. So that is an example of a card. And let's add a card. So number, let's do 42. 42A. There was a bit of debate as to how we do this as well. How did I do his name here? I've done it large like that. So do we need to wrap the name in a span so we can like style it uppercase but keep it proper? I don't know. And then that is part of OS 2. Save and add another. Okay, 42B. Muggin with a comma. Megan. Oh, hello. That wrong. Muggin with a comma. Megan, and that is OS. What? OS2. Save and add another. Actually, I don't need to save and add another. Let's just come out of that now. So that's there. So now if I go to series, let's go to OS2. There you go. That's the series. And then the collection it's associated with is the original series. So let's have a look. Series collections. So these are the series collections. And then under the series collections are a whole host of things. So now let's have a look when I run this, because I should see. Oh, data for each. Hold on. But oh, okay. Data for each collection. That's right. And then I generate right file collection. I'm being a bit of a wally. This is the actual collection detail page, so I shouldn't be doing any of this in here. This is why I was getting confused. It's actually the collection page I'm looking at. So the collection's not the collections page, it's the collections code. Here we go, collection landing. So this is where the data is, and then the data is sent directly, all of it. God, blimey. All of that data is sent straight into the page. So let me just console.log data, which is already filtered to only the sets that exist, as in like have content in. And then let's go into GPK. Why did I need to go in there? I don't need to go in there. So let me clear that out again. And then I'll run this. Okay, so cool. So look, here you go. So for the collection landing, which is what, let's go back to here, which is what this page is. We now have data going in, which is Series 1, and the cards has an array of cards. And then Series 2, and the cards have an array of cards. Name OS1, name OS1. They don't have any other reference to the collection because that's in the collection details. But if I reload this page, look at that. We now have OS2, and it's automatically with Twig templates generated the page for OS2. This is it. You see, this is when you code it nice and clean, and then you just generate your content easy peasy. The data's there. We just get generating it, and there's the characters that I've put in. Got to figure out how to make it so that the text works nicely on small, and as it gets smaller or whatever, I don't know. We have to figure that out. But check it out. Awesome. So now let's go back to collections, and in here, let's make it so it does all, but also gives you the option for the actual collection. So what we do is in the data, I loop through each thing. So let's what is this? Generate collections list, and so I do data dot. Oh god. Data dot for each. I'm sure that I should just do a bloody and then we'll call this data item or whatever. No, we'll call it a collection. And then oh no, I could call it set. And then what we will do is let me just console log out set dot collection dot name, and then we'll get rid of this, and then basically we should see probably 4 times now. I don't know, just once we should see. What? Oh, it's because it's an object. What? It's not a function. That's correct. Data. See, this is what I mean. See, I just want to get used to coding, because normally I'd just get this done. But because I'm doing this live, I'm messing it up, which is good. Just keep going. I have to learn to not care. Collection data. Data dot collection data dot for each. There you go. So now I should see two original series, because they're both original series. So technically, there's only one, which means. So let me go on to the actual landing page. Collections landing. So I've got all, but actually in here, I will take this out, and then I'll add my for loop here. And let's just do this very simply. Initially, I'll just hard code it, and then I've got to go pick the kids up in 1 minute. So I'll actually just hard code it, and then I'll do the rest of this later. But so for collection in collection data, let's say collection in. Hold on a minute. Collection data. Let me add something else in here. So collection. I'm passing in data. And then that writes the file. That's it. Okay. So collection data. So actually what I need to do really is I need to actually do it here. And then what I'm going to do is just do this. Data dot. We'll call this collection list equals. And then I'll just add. What was it? What was the original series? That's it. Original series. So I'm just going to have one thing. And then that gets passed in, and that's fine. Let me get this out. This is just modifying the actual output and everything. This is the stuff I need to do beforehand so that data is passed in. So that's fine. So collection list. Collection in collection list. And then we do... let me see how I do it down here, because I've completely forgotten. Collection. And then, so what do I have here? Yeah, I'll just do collection. But I'll also need to pass in that. So for now, it'll double up. But let me also do, just for the hell of it, Chrome, just to see if that renders. And then I'll pick up speed and stuff soon. Looking forward to the update. Also missed the hobby boxes with the kids. Your face when they handle the cards, priceless. Yeah, do you know what? They still like it and everything, but they're not so big on it, because I think like the original like 1, 2, and 3 have already come out. the other ones they're probably not so, they don't care so much about, I guess. Somehow I've got to get my hands on like a Sapphire 1 box. I don't know how I'll be able to do that. Right, did it error? Oh look, here you go. All original series Chrome. So this drop down is now dynamically generated from a list that I put in here, which is great. I've got to go in a minute. In fact, I've got to sort of go now. So all I have to do is generate it here. Now, the other thing as well is that I want to use like a better key for doing that. So I'll actually end up creating an object here. So I'll do an example of that object. Will be something like, oh no, sorry, yeah. So that'd be an object, and then in there I would do something like series this, and then slug. This particular one would be OS1. No, I guess the slug would be original series as well. I can't remember from the output how that looked. Can I see it again? No, I can't. Okay, well, yeah, basically I'll be sending in the series and the slug, and so the slug would end up basically as this, just with this, and then you'd also have that business for Chrome. That would be Chrome. And then that renders out, and I would also have data attributes on here. So actually, I don't need to show you in there. I can actually just show you on here. So I'd actually have on this GPK swatch collection, common. medium, GPK swatch collection. So here I would put on this another data type, which would be, or data series, I guess, or maybe I'll just do data collection equals, and then that would have sent dynamically to it collection slug. So when I click on here and choose filter, it will hide everything else except it'll only show the ones that have got data collection slug. And then I could type in something here to filter that down even more. That's the basics for that. But anyhow, I've got to go. I've got to leg it. I've got to leg it. Thank you very much for watching. And hopefully everyone sees this and, you know... But don't worry, the speed that I'll work at is much better. I'll work through the night and all that sort of jazz. I'll get this done. Do not worry. But I have got to leg it. I've got to go. I've got to go like there's no tomorrow. I've got to go like there's 2 kids to be picked up from school. Right. See you later. Thank you very much for watching. The camera's there, but everything's over there. Goodbye. Thank you. Thank you very much. Where's the button? Where's the button? I've got a button, a special button. Goodbye. Where's the button? Is it that one? I don't know where the button is. Hold on. I'm going to do this properly. It's not that one. 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 It's not that one.